all my fault. Now I'm hardly speaking. What can
Welcome back to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City on VegasAllNetRadio.com for the final time on the final frontier of free speech. And we started out with some slow ass shit. I don't know what I'm just playing canned music, whatever we got in the thing right now. But yeah, so if you hear some weird shit tonight, I apologize for the weird shit.
Okay, so I have to share something with you.
Sure.
I belong to this clothing purchase group online, and it's called Fat2.
I've purchased something from Fat2.
Okay, and they have all different levels of Fat2. They have, the pre-Fat2, whatever it's called, for those who are a thinner big girl.
Mhm.
They have Fat2 Grand. They have Fat2 Bridal, Fat2 Formal, Fat2 Accessories. They have all of these. And it turned out when I joined, it was only like, I don't know, 3,000 women. And a friend of mine actually runs the group.
Friend of the
now
show.
it's-
We've talked to her before.
Right.
Mhm.
And now it's like, I don't know, 15,000 women or something. So out of nowhere, I haven't purchased from Fat2 in probably over a year.
Mhm.
So all of a sudden, I started purchasing.
I've seen you on there purchasing.
And I started purchasing. And I started purchasing. And I started purchasing. To the point where like my mailbox was full of purchases. But I've had to stop.
Mhm.
Aw.
Yeah, you have a bad addiction there, dear.
Right. So this today, as I was on my way in, my daughter ran for the mail. And this is my last Fat2 packet.
Are you going to open it on the air?
So I'm going to open it on the air.
Yay!
So we will see my last purchase. I will put it on.
Ooh.
We can see my final purchase. I really was addicted to that
I wish I
shit.
had a drum roll
I know.
sound.
Let's see here.
We used to have
And-
sound effects on here. That's a
Do,
old
do.
system.
I mean, maybe sing. I
Ooh,
don't
sound
know.
effects. There we go. Do we have a drum roll? Boardroom applause, stadium cheering, general sounds. Let's do stadium cheering when you get it on. Do you
Here
even
we
know what it
go.
is?
I didn't at first. Because again, I forget what I purchased.
Ooh, is that a skirt?
It is.
Oh, it's a dress.
It is a dress.
There's stadium cheering going on in the background right now. Or there should be.
Now, for someone who doesn't wear dresses, I have purchased like 2 or 3. So I'm going to just run in there, slip it on, and come back, and I can show you all the dress. The window's open. All right, so you talk for a minute.
Okay, I'll talk for a minute. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna talk about, but no, play this. There you go. I have to turn the camera. Hold on a second. Hi. I don't know what to talk about. I wish she would change in the hallway so I could see her. Like, that would be fabulous. Here she is. We're the only ones in this building right now, just so you know. It's just us. They've all moved to the new studios. Woohoo! Take it off, baby! You're gonna leave your pants on? That's no fair. All right. I really like that dress on you. I wish I had hips that would fit that dress. You need to take the shoulders in a little, though.
Yeah, it's a little too big in the boob area, which is no surprise. It's a nice dress. I can't tell until. Let's see.
That's a nice dress. I like that dress. I like the little pattern on it. Well, anything on you looks great in the back. Well, your big gulp's in the way.
Where is it? Oh, here. That'll be better.
Yeah.
Oh, that is kind of cool, huh?
Yeah. I like that
If I
design.
have to take something, yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to just take the
My
shoulders in
lack
at
of
the top.
boobs. It's meant for boobs.
That's meant for boobs. My boobs would probably not fit in it. Although it'd be all flimsy on my hips. I should try it on too.
Go
Yeah.
try it on.
Hey, you come over and sit down at your mic while I try it on.
Okay, well, let me go grab my shirt.
Okay. We could sit around and do the show in our bras tonight.
What the hell are they gonna do?
Nothing. They're not going to do anything. I'll close the door window.
I can't do it in my bra.
No, you're not going to do it in your bra? Okay. Although it is a nice bra.
It is. It's got some cheetah trim.
Is it Lane Bryant? Yeah. So where do you buy bras at? I know you're unusually sized for a big girl. Do you get them exclusively at Lane Bryant?
Yeah.
Nobody can hear you right now, by the way. You don't have a mic on you. But yeah, you get them at Lane Bryant.
Here, I can talk over there, right?
Yeah, you can talk over there.
Okay, here it is.
Here, okay. Dun 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 dun. Just making sounds now.
Hold on, it might take me a minute to get up on this seat. Oh my god. I'm gonna do the whole episode about trying to get my ass up on this seat. That's not gonna work. Yeah, I have to get mine. They don't really carry. I'm right between a 42 and a 44B. And if I got the 44s, my boobs like to slide out at the bottom. Like they like to come out of the bra. So I go with the 42 and it's a tad snugger. But that's really the only place I can get them. It's cute. You wear it too.
Doesn't fill it out at all.
I know, but you could totally wear it. Oh.
I'm gonna wait till I come on the screen over there to see what I look like. That 13-second delay will fuck with you.
Here you come.
It's even big on my boobs too. Like I'm right in the middle of the mic.
That looks nice.
Yeah, it does. Loosen the hips though.
Yeah, you'd have to take it in a little there.
Yeah. I've taken it a little here too. It's big on my boobies.
How? You have a gazillion G.
Short, like it should be here.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Finally, something is big on your gazillion Z bra. Cali Guy said, speaking of, oh, by the way, thanks, Cali Guy. Speaking of Lane Bryant, they have a great commercial running in the movie theater. Is it the No Angel one?
Yes.
Okay, I've seen it online as well. There was, a lot of people have spoken out both ways about it because a lot of people in the big girl community feel that it is trying to put down the smaller girls who would be classified as angels, which is the same as fat shaming.
Yes, it's body shaming.
So, yeah. Wendy said I bought a Lane Bryant dress today to wear on our Alaska cruise in June. An Alaska cruise.
I want to go on an Alaskan cruise.
If you went sooner than June, you could pick up my brother and bring him back. He's done up there like in less than a month.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's coming back. He's not going to stay for another tour in
He wants
Alaska,
to,
but his girlfriend
his
doesn't.
girlfriend's
And they're like super committed. Like
yeah, he told me, how much he still has to pay on the ring. They're committed.
Oh, wow.
I want to go on an Alaska cruise.
I want to go too. So that's a nice dress. I'm sad it's your last purchase from Fat2 for a while.
It's my very last purchase, but I'm thinking of selling on Fat2. I just have to figure out how. And if I can then build up my PayPal account with my own sales,
then you
I'll
can
have
buy
purchasing
more
power again.
Yeah. That's crazy to sell stuff so you can buy stuff. I think that's crazy.
It is, but it works.
Yeah.
I have so much clothes just sitting.
Yeah, and purses too.
I do have purses.
I know you do.
One day I'm going to have to whittle down my Coach collection. And, of course, it's written in the BFF contract. You
That's
get
right.
first dibs.
I
so
do.
We're good.
First dibs. So super exciting. Super exciting. So back to Bruce Jenner.
Yes.
So where were we on
Are
Bruce
we
Jenner?
recording again?
We are recording. This
Woo!
time I
We
recorded.
got
For
it.
those of you who listened to the last segment live, please warn your friends that it won't be posted because I forgot to hit record. Because I'm so, I don't know. Miss Toxie struggles with her chair over there. up on that a little bit better.
There we go. I'm
I like your
sliding
little orange
off.
purse.
Huh?
I love your little orange purse.
Isn't that cute? I should
Yeah.
keep that in the side view.
It is. It's in
It's
the side view.
adorable.
So the thing that throws me about Bruce, now I know that every transition is different for every person, but I know that the girls that we've talked to, almost as soon as they started transitioning, not when they completed the transition, but almost as soon as they started, they knew their new name and they
Right.
began using the female pronouns.
Right.
And so it's a little odd for me, knowing all of the empowered trans women that we know, that he would not want to use his female name or the female pronouns during his transition.
Right.
And that,
Well, he's going to. He hasn't fully. He'll have 1 year, and that 1 year will start at some point. And during that year, when that starts, it's a go. But you have to consider, let's say the difference between him and, let's use, one of my favorite girls, Tyra. The difference between them is Tyra's not followed everywhere with a camera 24/7.
True.
Where, you can't function, you can't make doctor's appointments, you can't eat. Even when Bruce Jenner tried, I remember we had this conversation. I said, you guys, that's not what's happening. The tabloids are wrong. Where he first shaved his Adam's apple, he said even that appointment, somebody alerted the media, that he was there. So he couldn't even do some simple little steps in his life. I remember all the big hoopla of him having nail polish on. It was like some black nail polish or something, just, going somewhere. And it's like a media circus really, truly follows him. That family more so than anyone else.
Yeah.
I mean, if
and
you think about it.
I feel bad for him on that level that, he doesn't have the privacy that other people do.
Right.
And, I know you're going to find it terrible, but a lot of people, we snapped a picture of him in a dress last weekend and it was posted all over the internet and all anyone could say was, well, he makes a pretty ugly lady. Unfortunately, I tend to agree with them, but I don't think he shouldn't become a lady just because he's going to become an ugly lady. But one of the things he's going to have to deal with is that public lifestyle. He's not going to be able to do this privately.
Right.
There is no way for him to do that. And I think he has only fed the media storm by trying to do it as privately behind the scenes as possible.
Right. But he still has that right to privacy. I mean,
he does have a right. He does have a
something
right
like this.
He does have a right to privacy, and he does have the right to have the nurses in his doctor's office not call the fucking press to tell them that he's there, because that, first off, violates all kinds of HIPAA laws. But he has a right to privacy, but he can't expect that he's not going to get molested when he walks down the street with.
And he does, and he's aware.
Yeah.
He's aware. They showed clips of actually some of the things that are said to him, as he's walking. And
yeah, no, it's disgusting that people will say those kinds of things to someone. It's like, why? What does it better in your life to say those things to someone? You don't have to.
Ultimately, they want the reaction to get. It's the paparazzi.
Yeah.
So they want the reaction to get the photo, to be the one. I'm all for the paparazzis being employed and doing what they need to do, but there's a line.
Yeah, there's a line, and I think it's terrible, the people who go out of their way to say terrible, horrible, awful things to people.
Right.
You don't have to agree with them. You can be morally, religiously, spiritually, totally, buttholely against somebody transitioning from one sex to another. But that's your business, and you can shout it from the mountaintops all you want. But to go out of your way to say it to somebody, at this point, you're taking it beyond what is your right to do. It's your right to free speech, but to assault somebody with your words, in my opinion, is violating their right to walk down the street peacefully.
That's the whole thing that people tend to forget. The freedom of speech doesn't mean
you get to verbally assault people.
Right? It doesn't mean you can do anything. It just means that if you were in, God, I don't even know years, because I'm so historically challenged, along with geographically challenged and directionally challenged. But, at the point where they're writing it, they're not going, I want to protect people from being able to yell bomb in a movie theater. The purpose of this isn't to protect, somebody from posting a rant that goes viral online and then they lose their job and then they try to, you know, shout freedom of speech, freedom of speech. That's not what it was written for. It was
you
written
have the freedom to say whatever you want.
Right.
We have the freedom to met out the consequences of your sayings, which is, I would, if I owned a business and I found out that I had an employee that was ridiculously intolerant of certain types of lifestyles, I would have to say, listen, that is not the kind of
Number one, it's a liability for your business.
Yeah, it's a liability for my business. And number two, the kind of corporate culture that I would want to engender in my employees does not include intolerance against anyone's sexual practices. Simply because I have some pretty out there and extreme ones that if other people knew about would probably not be okay with them, I'm not doing anything illegal, folks. I'm not, doing the dog or somebody's kid, but, I am kinky and it does get a little weird sometimes. So, some people don't like that. I don't give a fuck. I don't think anyone should give a fuck about what happens in somebody else's bedrooms.
I only have 56 minutes remaining on my battery.
Oh, that's too bad.
So, ladies and gentlemen, in 56 minutes, 57 minutes, I will not be able to chat with you.
Maybe I can get chat to work on my computer. I usually can't while I'm broadcasting, but let's see. Menu. I want to chat.
Maybe I can adjust my screen. Is there a laptop cord anywhere tucked under there?
No, there is not.
That's sad.
So, Ex Machina. We went to go see that in the theaters Friday. Callie Guy and I went on a date, which we haven't done in like forever. And he just got back in town last Saturday, and it's been a lot of, overwhelming readjusting to being together in the same state.
Right.
And so
how long has it been since the last time?
It's been about 2 months, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think it's been about 2 months. Maybe a little bit less than 2 months, but right around that mark. And so we went out on a date, and we went to dinner first, and then we sat at the bar because it was like an hour and a half before the movie started. So we were like, oh, we'll sit at the bar and just, have a drink. And then they turned on the Bruce Jenner interview and we started watching it. Well, we went to go see the movie Ex Machina, which is a new sci-fi flick about AI and androids and robots and all that good shit. Turning the camera. It requires me to leave my microphone. And I'm not gonna give it away because this is the kind of movie that don't listen to any critics. It is a great movie. Don't get me wrong. This is a great movie, but don't listen to any of the critics about it. This is the kind of movie that has to be experienced, and you have to come up with your own ideas about it. The ending is not an open ending. I mean, they could do a second one if they really wanted to push it, but it didn't end the way I expected it to. And I'm usually pretty good at calling how these things would go because sci-fi is it's been around for 100 years. They're using the same themes over and over again. This one did end in a completely different way that left me wondering if I really enjoyed the movie or not. Like, I enjoyed the movie all the way up until literally the last, 15 seconds of the movie. And then I'm like, now I don't know if I like all of this, but then I go back and replay the movie in my head knowing the ending, and I'm like, man, if you couldn't have just seen it coming, now that you know the ending, all of the clues were there, and it's an interesting movie. That's all I'll say, is that it's interesting and very thought-provoking, and has provoked apparently this huge debate on the internet about artificial intelligence and whether we should develop a human-like artificial intelligence. And I am generally against creating Skynet. That is, you don't know what Skynet is. Skynet is the computer system that took over the world in the Terminator series.
Okay.
That, generated the Terminator robots that went back in time to kill Sarah Connors, to kill, blah, blah, blah. So Skynet is this, nerd reference for an artificially intelligent supercomputer that takes over the world.
All you had to do was say nerd reference.
And so I am generally against creating a Skynet or any sort of Samaritan or machine that uh, thinks and learns on its own, because once it becomes self-aware, it becomes self-aware that it no longer needs humans and we become expendable. And let's be honest, we all saw what happens when humans become expendable. Did we not all see The Matrix and its following movies? We become batteries for the machines. So I'm okay with my artificially intelligent phone and its simple AI where it learns me and my voice patterns and, how I say things so that when I'm speaking to text, it picks up on my words more frequently. And, I'm okay with that kind of AI. I'm okay with the AI that is programmed into Google that recognizes your search patterns and changes the ads on your web experience across the interwebs. I'm okay with that kind of AI. It's a little, you know, invasive, I guess, but whatever. It's not like, well, no. So one day I Googled this particular porn shop, and now all of my ads on Google Ads everywhere is porn ads. So I can't be logged into
Aw.
Google and looking at stuff on the internet at work because then there's porn ads that pop up. So it's like, ooh, do you want a barbed wire whipping chain? Oh, shit. That can't be on my work computer. So, but creating a completely autonomous, learning, growing AI is bad, very bad, in my opinion. Very, very bad. And it just never ends well, ever. For anyone,
Ever.
ever. I've seen all the movies, I know. It never ends well. Well, I haven't seen the end of Her yet. We started watching it, but I started falling asleep. So
Her, is that the one about
the
what's
guy who starts
he
dating his
falls?
computer.
Yes. Oh my
Yes.
God. Okay, tell me about that.
So we're only about 3/4 of the way through it because it's a 2.5 hour movie. And
Right.
we'd already watched like another 2.5 hour. We'd watched Godzilla before that. And so I was started falling asleep. So uh the internet, the software company of this, movies world, this supposedly takes place at some point in the future from now, probably 10, maybe 15 years. We've
Okay.
apparently all gone back in time to wearing high-waisted pants and button-downs and going to the beach in dress clothes. Like it's a weird, the style choices they made for future people's clothing choices is weird. But so the guy sees he's a really lonely dude. He's getting a divorce. I mean, he's like super lonely. He's that guy that calls up the party line and sex talks with chicks
Okay.
on the party line. And if you should watch the movie, and the only clue I'm going to give you is dead cat. When you get to the dead cat scene, you'll realize just exactly how lonely this poor dude is. And nothing disgusting happens with a dead cat. It's just the dead cat scene. So
Great.
he gets this OS, this operating system that is artificially intelligent.
It's like is it like a Siri?
Yes,
Okay.
it's like a Siri, except, well, I guess if Siri were connected to your computer as well as your phone, as well as your tablet, as well as everything else in your life. And so in this future, it's exactly the way I want electronics to be. Everything is connected with your personal electronics. So it doesn't matter where you save it, what you do it on. You can read your emails no matter where you are. You can, make changes on a document and it saves at home and, vice versa. It's all interconnected. That's the way I want my electronics. I don't want them smart. I want them efficient.
Uh-huh.
And so everyone kind of wears an earpiece now that it's, like a tiny little Bluetooth, and it's connected to your phone, which is connected to your computer at home. And so this operating system is based on, it operates from your home, but it communicates with you via your phone, and you keep up with your emails and keep up with your day-to-day life. And it's an artificially intelligent operating system so that it can make small decisions for you or whatever it was supposed to be designed to do, whatever. So apparently this operating system is so good that each operating system becomes its own individual, its own personality.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently a lot of men are falling in love with and dating their operating systems, to the point where when you admit that you're dating your operating system, people are just like, cool, That's cool. I know my friend Jim, he is too. And apparently there's this whole sexual surrogate system now where you and your operating system can pick the body type that you like, and this person comes over and your OS operates through them to do the things that you wouldn't be able to do because your operating system doesn't have a body because it's a fucking computer because it's horny Skynet. That's what it is.
Okay.
So we haven't seen the end of it yet. We're at the point where, you know, because his operating system can only date him, she's becoming a little, kind of weird and obsessive, but not like crazy weird and obsessive. I don't know. We're at the point where he's questioning whether he should be dating his operating system. My question
Why
is
didn't he question that to begin with?
right, if you decide to break up with your operating system, does that mean you have to get a new operating system? Or does she get to just like trash all of your digital files and everything because she's in charge of it all? This is why I don't like AI. Self-aware AI is bad on all levels. The continuance of the human race depends on us not creating a self-aware AI. Period.
End of story. End of story.
End of story. So I haven't seen the end of it, but so far it's pretty good. Like the part about them falling in love and her discovering herself, through him, but it's it's the problem with creating an AI that only interacts with one person is that that AI is going to either become obsessed with you to the point where you won't be able to have any connection with anything else because this AI has only you to connect with, and they are going to want you and only you, and they're only going to want you to want them. So they'll become crazy that way, or they'll become the kind of AI who decides humans aren't really worth my time and effort, and then they slaughter you.
Nice.
And turn you into batteries. So that's why self-aware AI is bad. Anyway. So hers a good movie.
Oh, Jessica Vegas
What
is
about
here.
her? Oh, is she coming in? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She just sent a text just saying
Yeah,
she
let
just
him
stopped
in.
by to say hi.
Go let him in. She wasn't my special guest, but cool. Cool that she's here. So we're just waiting on them. Yay. I think my special guest is coming. Yay. Well, let's take a quick song break while we get everyone in here. And we'll be right back.